Molly here with Paper and Ink Arts.
Hi, and I'm Liv with Pergamena.
And we're here to answer all of your questions about parchment and vellum and introduce you to Pergamena.
Hi.
So Liv, what does Pergamena mean?
Pergamena means parchment in Latin. When Jesse inherited the family company, he changed the name from Richard E. Meyer and Sons to Pergamena in honor of the product.
Cool.
Yeah.
So some people might be a little uncomfortable with using an animal's skin for their calligraphy or bookbinding. What would you tell someone that is on the fence to make them feel more comfortable about it?
That's a really good question. So one of my absolute favorite things about this product is that every single hide we produce, whether it's leather or parchment, is a byproduct of the meat and dairy industry in America.
Oh.
These hides would end up in a landfill.
Oh my goodness.
If they weren't turned into parchment. This is actually an incredibly sustainable product. This is a nose to tail product.
Wow.
And because of the way it's produced, and this is another really almost unbelievable fact,
Okay.
is that tanneries are known for a lot of water, a lot of waste.
Sure.
But because we practice something called veg tanning, which short for vegetable tanning, may
Okay.
give you a little hint,
Yeah.
using naturally occurring tannins, tanning, tannins,
There it
tea, or what we use is chestnut, a plant derivative, to turn this into a finished product. One of the benefits of that is our wastewater goes right back to the city waste system after we treat it anaerobically. Between the process of this, how it's made, even the waste from it, it is so much cleaner than many other materials that you're going to find out there.
That's amazing.
And all comes from the United States of America. Nothing comes from overseas.
That's amazing. That's so cool. Can you explain a little bit more about the 4 main different types of parchment that we're talking about today?
Of course. The most important thing we can establish right now is the question, parchment or vellum?
That is a question that comes up often.
Now, the good news is technically everybody's right. Parchment and vellum are both usable terms, but it's more, parchment is what I like to think of it as the umbrella term. Anything with a skin can be parchment.
Okay.
But, and here's the niche market, is that calf is only vellum.
Okay.
So when you hear vellum, calf, you think about this beautiful sheet, hide right behind you that is a gorgeous, clean white calf that is already prepared for calligraphy.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Calf is great for calligraphy, great for botanical artists. It has very little visual information to distract, like some of the more natural parchments.
Sure.
But this is not the most commonly occurring perfect material.
Yes.
The more commonly occurring is a little bit more of a natural look, like goat.
Oh.
So goat parchment is a really fantastic alternative. Right now it's very popular in the furniture community because, if you can see, it tends to be a little bit stiffer and a little bit stronger. So it'll stand up when you use it for furniture or for paneling for walls.
I imagine for bookbinding that would work out well too.
Really sturdy for bookbinding, as well as great for pages in a manuscript too. Next, sheep. Tends to be a little bit more yellow in tone. Did you ever used to dye something with like tea bags after school, like something like that? It definitely has an antique kind of interesting look to it. A little bit more color. It does have a fattier quality to it, so it is a lot softer, moves a little bit more
compared
with a little
to
bit more
the
flexibility.
goat.
Yeah. This one is thinner, so anytime you have a thinner material, it will be a little bit more flexible, but you can almost feel like it has lotion on it. That's kind of one of the ways you may be able to figure out if it's sheep versus goat.
That's a great tip.
Yeah. My favorite of all of our material is currently not a really popular material because people don't really think of it, and that's deer.
Oh.
Because deer's not farmed in this country, all the deer that we process are given to us by hunters in the Hudson Valley of New York, who bring us their deer skins, and we're able to turn them into parchment, which is a sustainable practice from nose to tail, because these guys and women are also eating the deer. The parchment is literally born in the Hudson Valley, made in the Hudson Valley, and then you can write on it anywhere in the United States. But, you know, it, to me, is so wonderful about this material versus paper. This has such a rich history, and I feel so connected to the deer, especially because it has signs of life to it. This is something that brings something to the table as a secondary artist. You don't have to give them credit or share the proceeds, but you've got a collaborator on any of your art projects.
I love that so much.
And it's also, when prepared, just drinks up ink.
Okay.
So I'm
excited to try that out.
Yeah, that one's going to be a lot of fun.